For this skills lesson, you will need your Unit 7 skills workbook, your Unit 7 skills reader, a pencil, and your brain. First things first, here's your list of tricky words that we will use to create a story today. Your job is to pick as many words as you can and then tell a story to your parent, your brother, your sister, your grandparent, your uncle, or your aunt. I'm going to go first. Let's see which words I choose. Aha. Let's start. Once upon a time, I was at home in Brooklyn. It was very hot, and I decided that I would go to the beach. When I was at the beach, my parents asked me to put on sunscreen. I said, why? They said it'll protect my skin. I put on the sunscreen, and then I went into the water. It was so hot, that's why I went into the water. But what do you know? I saw two dolphins, and they were dancing with each other, bachata, on top of the water. I couldn't believe it. I took a picture, and then went back into the sand and took a nap. It was the best day ever. Now it's your turn. Choose your own words and see if you can come up with a story. You may pause the video. Practice some grammar and punctuation. Here I have a list of sentences. You can take a look at them. A lot of them have some grammar or punctuation mistakes. We need to fix it. Let's take a look at the first question. I can sit and wait. Your turn. Awesome. What's wrong with this sentence? You may pause this video and think. That's right, it's missing a period. So watch as I add the period. Great. Now, I have a challenge for you. Is to write all of these sentences on a pencil and a paper, just as they are. After you write them on a pencil and a paper, see if you can add the correct punctuation to the sentence. You may pause the video, take some time and write these sentences out. See if you can add the correct punctuation or grammar to make sure that these sentences are correct. Remember, you're looking to see where you can add commas, periods, capital letters, exclamation points, or even question marks. Pause the video and begin writing over the sentences on your piece of paper. Awesome! Take a look at my sentences and how I fix them. You may pause the video and see if your sentences match. If they don't, go ahead and add the punctuation. Now I want us to take a look specifically at numbers 10 and 11. One thing that we forget to do is add commas. As you can see, number 10, I like to draw pictures with pencils, crayons, and paint. You want to use a comma so that you can pause in between this list of things that you need for your pictures. I like to draw pictures with pencils, pause with a comma, crayons, and paint. Same thing for number 11. Do not forget to bring your hat, pause with a comma, scarf, and mittens. These are some things I want you to pay attention to. Now we're going to move into our reading story for today. Today's story is called Better Than the Best. Better than the best. I wonder what that phrase means. Is it possible for something to be better than best? Let's take a look at our spellings chart. Let's look at words that have the A sound with the AI spelling. The first word, read it. Good, explains. Next word, read it. Good, exclaims. Next word, read it. That's right, wait. Now let's look at the words that have the A sound with the AY spelling. Read it. That's right, day. Read the next one. That's right, K. And the tricky word, gracias. Now let's take a look at some core vocabulary that will be in our story. Gracias, that means thank you in Spanish. Exclaims. Exclaim is to cry out loudly. And then one saying or phrase is jaw drops. That means that you are surprised. Now, today we are going to read to carefully find out what Kay thinks is better than the best. Please go get your reader, your Unit 7 reader, and take some time to read better than the best. When you are finished, please answer all the questions in your activity book on page 9.1 in complete sentences and cite the page number for your answers. You may pause the video and get to work. Before we wrap up, I want us to take a look at a few things. Let's look at this sentence. Take some time to read it. Kay hugs the cards and shouts, "Martez is the best." Underline are the words hugs, shouts, and Martez is the best. Each of these is a clue about Kay's feelings. If somebody hugs the card, that must mean that they love it. If somebody shouts, that must mean what? They're angry or excited. But if you shouted Martez is the best, are they angry or excited? They're excited. Now, these words help tell us what Kay feels. It doesn't say Kay felt happy, but these words give us clues. Now, I want you to go back to your reader on page 34. And let's read this sentence. You may pause the video to get your reader. Now that you have your reader and you're on page 34, let's read this. Kay's jaw drops. If Martez in on the trip, that would be better than the best, she says. What do we learn about Kay's feelings from this sentence? Pause the video and think. If you said that she's surprised and excited or happy, these are all feelings of Kay. As you can see, her jaw drops. So that tells us that she's surprised. She also used an exclamation point. So she is excited. Now, this one's on your own. Kay jumps up and shouts, "I can't wait to tell Martez." Pause the video and think about what this sentence tells us about how Kay feels. When you are finished, please be sure to upload all of your work onto Class Dojo like you usually do. Have a great day, first grade.